Oh, hello. Welcome to Fat Mascara, a podcast about beauty culture.
Oh, hello. Oh, hello there. I'm Jen Sullivan.
All right, Jen, what's going on? What's the good word?
Didn't even announce herself. She's Jess Matlin.
Hi,
So,
I'm Jess.
This is an interesting episode. I have some big news for the fam.
Big news.
Big news, guys.
Hot off the press.
Hot off the presses. You are, of course, the first to know, and I'm sure there's a bunch of our beauty industry colleagues and friends that are going to hear from this podcast without an email from me, so here it is. But the fam means so much to me. I am taking a full-time job, and that means that Fat Mascara, as you know it, will be no more because I will be doing this job very full-time, and it's a very big job. And I'm very excited about it, but I don't want to let that excitement creep into this episode because I want to give
okay,
this.
No, wait, stop.
Yes.
First of all, congratulations. Can we get a sound effect? Can we insert sound?
Get us a sound effect. I'll share more too, by the way, next week. So I'll tell you what the job is and everything. I just got to wrap up a couple last things, but I wanted to prepare everybody. But yes, thank you, Jess.
Okay. Frina and I have just done a 2-person French wave. Okay.
You're a pause.
First of all, be excited. You should be excited.
Yeah.
I can't say what it is, but it's Mage. And I mean, we said we're not going to get all schmoopy doopy on this podcast, but it's a mega job. And I feel like, it was not without heavy consideration.
Yeah. Oh, what do you think we were doing in South Carolina, everybody, when we went there? Jess and I had
It was a summit. It was a summit. It was a South Carolina career summit. So it's the end of an era, okay? That means Fat Mascara, as you know it, will no longer exist. We're going to do a fabulous goodbye show next week. And I'm going to be taking some time to regroup and figure out really what's next for Fat Mascara. So I hope you'll follow along with me. You can follow along on FM social or my social or whatever and see what that looks like. But really, I just want to take a moment and say, congrats, Jen.
Oh.
You've done so much for Fat Mascara and the fam.
Yeah. I love interacting with everybody. And I'm picturing all of our OGs that have been with us since the beginning, and also just frequent commenters, all the people I know by first name, all the people that call in and text and voicemail every week. So I can picture their faces right now. I know it's a bit of a surprise, but it's exciting. I think it'll make a lot of sense next week. I'll tell you where I'm going, and I think everybody will be like, okay, that's reasonable.
It's reasonable.
It's reasonable. We approve.
We'll allow it. We'll allow it.
Yeah. And you'll still be able to follow me and stuff. It's a public job, and I will still be on all my socials, and Jess and I will still be hanging out quite a bit. That part's not going to change. So, yeah. But I kind of love this episode for this news because it's a special one too. We have a couple special things.
Okay, we're going to take a trip down memory lane with our friends at Maybelline.
Oh my God, I had so much fun doing that segment with you. I kind of wanted to make it 20 more minutes long, but I was like, that's a little bit much for
I know.
our
I feel like this was, this is a special, branded, sponsored segment, but I feel like we would, we really enjoy doing this one.
I might actually do it again next week.
I know. This was just fun talking about nostalgia and mascara, two of my favorite topics. Then we also have a fun segment with Lexi, our intern. This is the end of her chapter.
Lexi's graduating, or actually this week Lexi graduates. So her thesis project for Fat Mascara? No, it's not that. But she has a special segment she's been working on the last couple of months that we're also going to be sharing with you in this episode.
And then we have a couple of news items.
We do.
And a raise a wand.
You know what that is. All right.
Okay. Let's stay present. Let's not future trip. Let's not future trip.
Everybody hold space right now.
Oh my God. Hold space. That's actually I feel like that went out of satire and parody. Now people just say it really normally.
But Garrett, when he said it last week, I still think about the way he said the girlies can't hold space for the... I don't know. Sometimes things that people say on this
The girlies can't hold space for what?
I forget what beauty product was. We were talking about mental health, but then I think it was the butt skincare. And he was just like calling back to the mental health. He's like, yeah, we can't hold space for the skincare for your butt. I was in the shower thinking about it and just like laughed out loud. Do you ever do that, like a thing from a podcast or this podcast? It'll just like stay with me. And then I just randomly am still repeating it to myself. So
I listen to a podcast while I'm brushing my teeth at night and like just doing my final things. And I'm laughing by myself. And I wonder, like, doesn't Jeff want to know like what I'm cracking up over?
Does he ever ask?
He's busy doing his own thing. And I think he just knows I'm like a damn fool.
You're not a fool.
I feel like I'm a little fool. Like it's this one guy. He's always making fun of like, I love my celebrity podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, the goss.
Yeah, I don't. He makes fun of like celebrity trials, which probably isn't very like nice. But
come on, that's our. What else can we do except we make fun of rich people and all their like
their foils,
their troubles. Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait, we're supposed to go on our trip down memory lane. We should probably go do that. This segment is presented by Maybelline New York and Acast Creative. They say you can tell a lot about someone by what's in their bag. From beauty products to everyday essentials, a bag is like a snapshot of where you are in life. So in that spirit, we're going to take a trip down memory lane. I know you're ready for this. You love nostalgia.
Because you just tell so much about someone. Jen, what was the first bag you carried?
Okay, you're going to die. First of all, I do have to add the mascara would have been in it, and it would have been Great Lash Maybelline. But get this, the clear. Remember the clear Great Lash? That was like, mom wouldn't let me have the black yet. So like now I have the black, but back then it was the clear because it also works great on brows. So I had that. I had big bushy brows, even when everybody's were skinny. The bag itself, I got it from the Nature Company, it was called. It was like a mall store and it had a rainforest at the front. And it was, I remember this now, and I kid you not, binoculars case. It was like an army green with leather, and it was like a binocular case, but I used it as a bag because I thought it looked kind of like army surplus, but it also came from the Nature Company, so it was like outdoorsy. My little Maybelline Great Lash Mascara would have been in there. A little lip gloss.
What else would
I carry? Oh, and I had one of those hippie pouches instead of a wallet with the zipper that you got at the flea market.
This is so
like
you.
Boho. It was so me. So that was my first bag. That would have been like 80s and 90s. Let's just take a jump with you. Let's go to 2015, because 2015 is when Maybelline Lash Sensational first came out. Paint a picture for us. Who is Jess in 2015?
In 2015? Oh, well, I was working at Cosmo in the Hearst Tower, having the time of my life. And my bag, I had a couple of different bags. I could always be found with a big tote. You had the nice bag, but it was hauling a tremendous tote. And I would be shoving my gym clothes in there because at the time I was working out, which is shocking. That was probably the last time I was working out. Then I had, of course, a water bottle that I took 2 sips out of. And I would also have, of course, my freshly printed Hot Off the Press preview Cosmo. And then I had a little makeup bag with the eternal Maybelline mascara. So I experimented with all different kinds, but the Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift Mascara was always my favorite. So that's what was going on for me. And of course, the tote varied like every day because I had a million totes.
Okay, so fast forward, here we are, 2025, 10 years later. What are you carrying now?
So I'm on the fly in the morning. So when I have to get to work, it's got to be fast, it's got to be speedy, and it's got to make me look pepped up. So in my bag, a can of soda, if you know, you know. Cold, cold, cold. Moisturizer, a nice fresh plump base, concealer, blush, and my mascara. Sometimes I even put the curler in there too, which is a little crazy.
I curl in public.
I don't curl in public. I wait till I get to the office bathroom and I curl, and then I get my Maybelline Falsies mascara down to the root, wiggle, 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 and then bam, little lip gloss or a lip balm, good to go. And Jen, what about you? What's going on in your bag right now?
Okay, today we're in a crossbody, but I have to be able to work from wherever. So it has, once again, everything in it. My whole makeup bag, Lots of tissues. I'm turning into that lady that has a lot of tissues in her bag.
Same. No, I get it. Multiple packs. Are you
And some hard candies. I'm not kidding. There's hard candies in there.
Oh, how did you get to hard candies before me?
I don't know. I like the ginger ones. I always have like a mint. God forbid I'm out and don't have.
Wait, like a swirly mint, like with the red and the white?
No, I'll have, lately it's been Altoids, but also ginger sucking candies. That's my pick-me-up. That's my can of soda. And then my notebook that I carry everywhere.
I know, you've got your everything notebook.
I always have this notebook. I carry it everywhere. There's going to be mascara in there for sure. Wake me up and make me look good. I don't know what I think is going to happen in New York City, but you never know in New York City. You could be stuck on a subway for the next 2 hours. You could get a call. You got to be at this appointment here that you didn't realize.
You could run into somebody very important.
And sometimes I even have mini binoculars in case I need to do on-the-go burning.
Wait, you know what I started carrying in the summer? This is just a hot tip for people who get really cold, and I know you get cold too, Jen. Fuzzy socks.
Wow. That's worse than tissues and hard candies. Sorry.
No, because if your feet, you wear like sandals, but if you're someplace where your feet get really cold.
Oh, when you get there. Well, I'm thinking about the commute there, but once you get there. Yeah, you wear a cute sandal and then you settle in and you just want to be comfy.
And then if you're in like a freezing environment.
Okay, I hear you.
Yeah. Thank me later.
That's actually not a bad one. But here's the thing. The bags have changed. Clearly, the things in the bags have changed. Some essentials, though, the mascara never changes. There's always going to be a mascara, right?
Always going to be a mascara, a good one, a fat one. I mean, that's literally what our podcast is called. So
exactly.
Our devotion is real. We hope you enjoyed this segment from Maybelline New York and Acast Creative. Whether your bag is packed with beauty products, baby essentials, or a little bit of everything, one thing's for sure, there's always room for the perfect mascara.
With Great Lash and Lash Sensational from Maybelline New York, you've got 2 iconic options to keep your lashes looking their best. Discover your lash destiny with Maybelline New York.
Well, that was fun. I love me a bit of mascara.
I skipped over a lot of bags and a lot of iterations of me and things that I carried over the years.
Well, what's funny is so many of the bags are back now. Like I see so much like stuff online and like what people are carrying and people are into. And I'm like, I literally had that enormous heavy bag that I then like sold or gave away. And now everything's back.
Oh yeah, when I saw the new Juicy Tubes revamped marketing campaign, I was like, everybody get your little mini backpack. Remember mini backpacks?
I was never a mini backpack girl.
Me
I always
neither,
had too much stuff.
Exactly, but they were like
a mess.
Sometimes went to raves back in the day. I was like, wow, I'm aging myself. But like everybody loved a mini backpack at the raves.
A mini backpack. God, I'll never understand the mini backpack.
They would swing around too. Like, when a girl took off the mini backpack and it's like you would almost get whipped because they hung so low and they're so light. It's like, hold on, let me get my Juicy Tubes. They're dangerous.
They're just too strappy for me. I don't know. I don't like strappy things.
A lot of straps. Then there was always the drawstring. Like, I need fewer hand motions to get my mascara. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to like swing it around to the front, take off the flap, undo the pouch. No. Simple.
All right. Listen.
Oh yeah, we got to go do news.
Yeah, we got to do news.
Take it away.
Okay, take it away. Well, we're doing mini news today. So mini backpack, mini news. All right. Shove this in your little backpack. All right. All right. Let's talk about Drunk Elephant. That feels like very apt. Okay.
Oh yeah.
They're not having a great time right now. They're
not having a great time. High School and Drunk Elephant is at that table and things are happening.
I know. Yeah, exactly. It's drama for Drunk Elephant. So they were riding so high. They were on top of the world. Well, this past week, whenever you're listening to this, okay, like recently to when we're recording this, Shiseido, which is the Japanese beauty conglomerate who owns Drunk Elephant, they released their first quarter 2025 earnings. And Drunk Elephant's earnings this year have had a 65% drop. That is no bueno. Now, what do you think that's about, Jen?
I have a big feeling that this is about what I've seen happen with other brands, where they lose sight of their core customer and chase I want to say trends, but I'm saying chase the cash, chase the short term cash that comes from the trends in lieu of the long-standing relationship with, why am I beating around the bush? I think when all the teens started liking it, their moms were like, I don't want that brand. That's my kid's brand now.
Exactly. So Brennan,
I was trying to make it much more like
yeah, no, I know. Yeah, I'm like you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when Drunk Elephant came out. You were at Marie Claire. I was at Cosmo. Every editor was obsessed with it. So obviously we were adults, we were editors. We were going crazy over it. It was the packaging was so
fresh.
Yeah, really fresh. It was the white with the fluorescent tops. It was really youthful, but it was like youthful for adults. I think it was called the Suspicious Six.
They helped palletize the clean beauty movement and make it make more sense in a way
nice
that felt
word. Yeah.
Yeah, correct to me. Because Jess and I, you could go back to early episodes. Jess and I were railing on clean from day one. We were just like, this doesn't say what it is. And at least Tiffany was able to say why she was doing what she was doing.
Yeah, she never demonized any ingredient. She really had this great language around it. She was just like, it's suspicious. So whether or not you agreed with her, it was just like, I'm going to leave these out, okay? And then I'm going to put this really playful packaging that's going to not just set me apart, it's going to blaze, I'm going to burn a hole on the shelves that, it's like a giant flashing light. So they did an amazing job. And then when they started appealing to kids, they've never said that they've done that intentionally.
Yeah, and I don't even think they weren't like, here's our marketing, directed at children. It just happened to be the kids were more in Sephora and it had a big wall space in Sephora.
Yeah, and I don't think that this is my opinion, that this is my just true opinion. I don't think that they shied away from it. That's just what I've seen. But was that a bad thing or a good thing? I don't think they were trying to play to kids. I think they were trying to play to a broad audience. It's like when you start kids always want to aspire to older, right? They want to be older. And now it's like, maybe it's seen as a kid's brand too. So
what if 2.0 and they switch it back and it's Sober Elephant? It goes to the wellness movement. It goes to more maturity.
They've got to do something. I don't know.
And it's all grayscale, like all the white instead of neons. It's gray. Can you just see this as like almost like an SNL skit? Sober Elephant. It's like Forever 31. Please tell me you've seen the Forever 31 skit.
Oh my God,
dying.
I just think they needed to turn it up. Like it's like Forever 41 or something. I don't know.
Oh, it's 30 through 40. Because after 40, it's like I ain't wearing the big suit. Remember we were talking about our Hearst, like the Hearst special, which is 2014, the outfit, like everybody on the Condé elevators, everybody on the Hearst elevators, like all those types were wearing. The new Hearst special is the Forever 31 slick back bun, huge brown suit.
The amount of business wear that people wear right now is so funny to me. I thought that the pandemic was going to change all that. There was this amazing article called Forever in Sweatpants or something during the pandemic. And it was like, oh, I thought we were all going to be wearing, oh God, I've got a link to it. We were all going to be wearing these little sweatsuits forever. And guess what? Didn't happen. Shame.
Yeah, it's also a parody of Quiet Luxury, which is on its way out as bohemian and more fun comes back out and bigger. But the Quiet Luxury browns and beiges and oversized and slouchy and just peak was Gwyneth in her trial, her skiing trial.
Yeah,
After that, it's reached peak in my mind. Forever 31 is so good. Anyway, Sober Elephant. The follow-up to Forever
Elephant,
31.
Yeah, they've got to think of something new. Yeah, that's what happens. I think when you get overtaken by one group, maybe it doesn't even need to be kids. Just one group gets so associated with you that it's tough to come back.
And they've been knocked off quite a bit for less money.
Oh my God, yeah.
The dupe culture is real, and I think that eats into the brand story and the profits as well because you can get some of these drops. I mean, the drops. Come on,
everyone does a drop now.
Drops.
A drop, an oil. Yeah, the packaging story. So I wish them luck because they did come up with something really novel. And I hope that they can turn it around. All right, so let's talk about Ole Henriksen. Yes, that is how you pronounce his name. Ole. I learned that.
From Ole himself.
Yeah, exactly. I was calling him Ole for so long. Ole Henriksen. This guy is getting a biopic. Right? Is that how you say it? Biopic? Yeah, biopic.
I know. I always want to say biopic, but I'm pretty sure they're different words.
Biopic sounds like an
adjective version.
Yeah,
Biopic
is biopic. He's getting the biopic treatment. And not just by anyone, okay? This guy, Niels Jewell, he's a producer. He worked on Ferrari and Killers of the Flower Moon. So this is like serious stuff, all right?
Yeah, yeah.
I knew that Ole Henriksen was a big deal in his home country of Denmark. I have a Danish friend, you know, Christine. She told me that, like, she's like, oh yeah, he's a big deal when I first met her. But I had no idea that he was almost a historical figure, Ole. He has done so much for gay rights. He told Women's Wear Daily that, the producer said that Ole is an icon, a hero. He's humble. People think he's a jumping clown with a skincare brand. When I say jumping clowns, because there's like, if you Google image him, there's like lots of photos of him being athletic and doing like Flying Dutchman.
And he's also a happy person.
Oh, he's always smiling. This man has done more for gay rights than you could possibly imagine. There's a story here that you want to watch. So Ole had relayed a story of his battle with the U.S. immigration authorities, timely, for a legal status to remain an openly gay man at a time when it was illegal. And at the time, homosexual orientation was categorized as, quote, a psychopathic personality and grounds for deportation from, are you ready for this? 1967 to 1990. Not long ago. Ole is also a major music fan, and he's very well connected, clearly. So he's hoping to enlist famous friends such as Sylvester Stallone and Cher for cameos. And he said he's going to try to get as many great songs as he can afford for the movie. David Bowie, like Diana Ross.
Yeah.
This is going to be a film. So I think that we're going to be hearing about this again. I'm very excited. And he's just got this like really effervescent personality, and remains to be seen how much LVMH, which is a brand who invests in, will lean in.
He's a force.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting. So very excited about this one.
I'm excited too. That's funny. That's timely. I just went to the gala for the Ali Forney Center here in New York City, which I go to every year. And a lot of the people who are speaking, it's a place, by the way, for unhoused youth, LGBTQ, and helps as they are aging out of the system or their families don't want them. They can come to New York City. They have all sorts of programs. It's great. But a bunch of the people that were speaking were like, I'm so glad this exists, because when I was coming up, we were thought of, it was in the psychiatric handbook that what was wrong with us was a mental disorder. And they weren't old people. And it really makes you think, you cannot forget this part of the story. As much as you might, the world might change and evolve, you have to pay tribute to the history and the people that helped that history. And he is one of them. Also, he makes some damn good skincare. Just saying. Do we have more news from you?
No, just those two items. Remember?
Oh, I want to end on that item. I was just going to talk about another Roblox beauty game, but sure. Fenty has a Roblox beauty. I just think it's funny. Like, literally, we think original marketers and they have a new idea, and then, or is it that I'm just noticing it because I saw one and now I'm seeing them all? Like, every beauty brand has a Roblox game now.
I guess you got to go where the kids are.
You got to go where the kids are. That was my contribution. But you know what we're going to do now? A better contribution. Actually, where the kids are, this is timely. Lexi's coming into the studio for a second to share with us her special segment. And then Jess, I'll see you after that at Raise One. Okay, Lexi, I'm sad your internship is ending soon.
I know. This has been so much fun.
You've been with us a whole year almost. I feel like the year that you've been here, we've spent not an insignificant amount of time talking about young people and how they consume beauty and how it's changing. You've been listening to all this conversation, and I know you're interested in it personally. Why is that?
I'm really interested in this because I think that Gen Alpha already has such a big influence on the beauty industry. And I think that it's very different from when I was their age, kind of shopping for beauty. So I know that, as you mentioned, you and Jess were talking a lot about how kids are having Sephora birthday parties and everything, with how it's controversial that Gen Alpha is putting on all of these skincare products, that have to do with anti-aging, or, that have these ingredients that, can be harmful to their skin. So I kind of just wanted to dive into how the trends shifted from when I was their age until now.
Okay, remind everybody how old you are, though.
I am 22 years old.
Okay. Yeah. And so Gen Alpha is like at the oldest Gen Alpha right now is what, 11 or 12?
Yeah, I believe so.
So you want to see how things changed. Are you planning? So you graduate, like literally, I think you just graduate, you're graduating this week. Like, are you planning to go into the beauty industry?
Yeah, definitely.
So I know you took the time to talk to a Gen Alpha person directly. Naya, we have highlights from your conversation, but tell me, how did you find her? Tell us about Naya, and then we'll just listen into your conversation.
Yeah, so Naya is 11 years old from New Jersey. She's a competitive dancer, and something she likes to also do for fun is that she loves to cook. She said that she loves sushi. It's her favorite food, which is really funny. And I learned from her mom that she loves beauty. So I kind of wanted to interview her and kind of just determine like what the psychology is behind what beauty products she shops for, why she's into beauty, and kind of gauge how her generation approaches beauty.
Yeah, and how that's probably different from yours. So we have you, Gen Z, talking to her, Gen Alpha. Let's listen into some highlights.
So, hi, Naya. Thanks so much for being here today. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about beauty today.
Yes, that's what I came in for.
Awesome. So, what made you interested in beauty?
So I am a dancer, and a competition means competition stage makeup and hair, and it's like all of that stuff. And I just think that that bold makeup has gotten me into just regular natural makeup, something like that.
So, do you wear makeup outside of just, I see you're wearing it now, but do you wear it on a daily basis, or is it kind of just when you're dancing and at dance competitions?
It kind of goes wherever I go. So, like in school, honestly, nothing. And sometimes when I go like shopping or something, I do like to wear makeup.
Do your friends wear makeup?
Yeah, I do.
And how do you learn about the beauty products that you wear?
Definitely through social media, it definitely helps.
Is there any specific social media platform?
I only have YouTube.
Do you have any favorite influencers that you watch?
Sometimes I don't forget their names, but this girl's Ali Ross. I love her. She's my favorite.
Has she inspired you to buy any specific beauty products?
Yeah, she really raves about a bunch of just makeup that she thinks that just really helps her.
Oh, that's so cool. Do you have any specific makeup brands that you love?
I love e.l.f. I like their concealer and halo glow
Are you more into makeup or skincare?
makeup.
Do you wear skincare?
I do wear skincare, but I do like a 3-step. That's it.
Where do you shop for your beauty products?
Normally Ulta or Sephora. Sometimes Target,
Oh,
because it's cheaper.
yeah, that's true. Who do you usually go to Sephora with?
Usually my mom, and I'm looking forward to maybe sometime go with my friends.
Okay, so is there any specific ingredient or any specific skincare product that you see and you'd be like, no, I would never put that on my skin?
Retinol.
Oh, why do you say that?
Because I just know it's for anti-aging.
So how did you learn about that?
I just think, especially from social media, it just really sounded bad.
Does your mom tell you like, no, you can't wear this or like, no, you can't use this skincare product, or do you kind of just form your own opinion?
Well, I feel like we kind of formed it together. One time I went through my entire skincare collection, and we were like just looking at what things that I shouldn't really be having that my mom didn't know about. So I asked for skincare for Christmas a few years ago, and she got me a bunch of Drunk Elephant, but it was like small. And she got me the pink glycolic acid thing, and then I'm like, oh, that's not good. So we looked up and asked Safari, and obviously it wasn't good. So
Wow, you seem to know a lot about beauty, and it's really interesting that you got all of or most of your information from YouTube.
definitely YouTube. Definitely like the tutorials and how people do it. I like to see the different ways they do it.
Well, thanks so much for talking to me. I do have a fun question that I'm just curious about. If you could create your own makeup or skincare product, what would it be like?
I feel like it would be cool if I could. This isn't really makeup or skincare, but I think it would be cool if I made a perfume into a deodorant. That would be kind of cool.
Wow, that's cool. Well, thank you so much, Naya.
You're welcome.
Okay, this was the sweetest thing ever, by the way. I love this conversation. Sounds like you guys had fun. And I know we only got like snippets of it. But tell me, after you spoke with her, and I know you actually spent some time talking with other girls in Gen Alpha that we didn't record, what are your takeaways on this whole trend?
My takeaway from chatting with Naya is that Gen Alpha is kind of getting into beauty way younger than past generations. I didn't have social media growing up, so I didn't have any really get ready with me videos to watch, or I wasn't on TikTok. There was no TikTok or YouTube shorts at the time. So I feel like my generation approached beauty in a different way than Naya's does, because the way social media evolves is that there's so much more to explore here. But my biggest takeaway from my conversation with Naya is that she's not worried about growing up too soon. She doesn't wear makeup to school. It's kind of just, it's more of a hobby for her rather than trying to fix anything or better her skin in any way. I think that, like I said, influencers have a big impact on her generation, and it is kind of just like a fun outlet for her, especially being that she's a competitive dancer. She's used to all of this kind of bold stage makeup and things like that. So it's definitely incorporated into her life, but she's not trying to age quickly or kind of just express herself in a different way.
Was there anything that surprised you when you were chatting with her?
I would say the one thing that surprised me is how much she kind of included her mom in the conversation with it, because it's very clear to me that, especially with all of the buzz going around that these kids are putting harmful ingredients on their skin, it seemed to me that Naya is very conscious of what she's putting on her skin, which is something I thought was interesting.
I agree. It made me happy, honestly, that part of it. But I also think about how familiar she is with, for example, Sephora. Like when you were growing up and you were into beauty probably more than the average kid, I would imagine, considering this is your internship and what you want to do for a living. But like, did you shop at those stores?
No, I didn't at all. I remember when I was young, the beauty products I used were so different. Like I was really into lip smackers, baby lips, even like makeup from Claire's. So it's definitely been fun to kind of see how different it is now.
Yeah. For me, that was the big takeaway, was like the products and the ingredients she's name dropping are the things that I talk about in my adult life with my friends. Like it feels so much more mature than the beauty conversations, at least I had when I was growing up, when I was like trying on makeup, before a dance recital, same kind of thing, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
And does it feel different to you? Like, do you worry at all about any of this?
I don't really worry. Like I said before, after talking with Naya, it really does just seem like it's a hobby for her. If she said like, oh yeah, I wear makeup to school every single day and I kind of have my routine, then I would kind of say like maybe that's a little bit different, because I wasn't wearing makeup to school in elementary. And also I feel like the way that they approach beauty is a little bit different, because it seems like YouTube and social media has really influenced them to maybe kind of have a makeup routine or like a skincare regimen, which I also didn't have. I kind of just have lip gloss or maybe mascara. Like, I didn't even know what bronzer was or any skincare really. So I think that that's different, but I definitely don't think that there's anything necessarily groundbreaking that would worry me.
Okay. Yeah. I also think if anybody's listening, I thought it was really sweet that she and her mom used it as a way to bond together. And I feel like any parents that are concerned, like, oh my gosh, my kid's getting so into makeup and skincare and her whole Christmas list is all these beauty products. It's a place where you could talk to them about an interest that they have and learn about it together. That's what it seemed like to me. So this is like the last time you're going to be on the show, Lexi, because you're graduating and everything. So I love that we're ending with this little snippet of Gen Alpha and Gen Z chatting together. Thanks so much for bringing this to us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I know that this was a really big conversation. So I'm excited that I kind of got to dive in firsthand and got to speak to Naya.
Well, we're glad you did it. And back to our regularly scheduled programming. Jess is going to come back into the studio. We're going to raise some wands. I'll see you on the other side.
It's time to raise a wand. What you got?
All right. Oh, we have a listener. We have Nick.
Bring it, Nick.
Hi, Jess and Jen. This is Nick calling from Chicago. I've been listening to your podcast for maybe 2 years now, and it's become my staple. I love listening in the shower, bathroom, when I'm getting ready, and calling to respond to the question about self-care for a new mother for her third child. And there's been a specific body cleanser that I'm obsessed with. I believe actually Garrett mentioned it as one of his Raise the Wands, but the Elios Nourishing Body Cleanser from Aesop, I feel like it's such a nice treat for just like using once or twice a week, or of course daily, but the texture is just so amazing. It's like velvety and creamy, and yeah, it just leaves a really nice feeling. But I guess I'm curious, like in terms of textures of body wash, what are our favorite body washes? Let's go drugstore. Let's go luxury. Let's go mid-range. What are we hooked on? I need a new body wash. But to answer the question for our new mother, definitely the Elios Body Cleanser from Aesop. Thank you guys so much, and I can't wait to listen to next week's episode. Bye-bye.
This is peak fat mascara for me. This is our listener. Like, you're in the shower. I almost called you out at the top of the show, Nick, because like you're one of the people that I think about. Like these, I don't think about you in the shower, Nick. Love you, but like no. I know a lot about a lot of our listeners from what they comment regularly, and I comment back. And you guys also DM me all the time and text me funny memes and pictures. Sorry if I don't repost. I'm assuming you're not wanting me to like repost. You just like want to share. I'm gonna miss them. Anyway, should we? Oh, I want his conversation. The body wash? Yes, Nick, I'm here for this conversation.
I've never heard you make that voice. You sounded like Animal from the Muppets.
Like a Muppet?
Yeah.
It's me processing emotion. Such a deep person.
I could see why you don't do it much.
Everybody like
or like, Chewbacca. You sound like Chewbacca. Wait.
Is that the most Jen thing you ever heard? Time to be like thoughtful and contemplative, and I just like bring out a Chewbacca voice.
Wait. Maybe it's like that's the sound coming from your room at night.
So I'm falling asleep.
Oh my God, she's short-circuiting. She's short-circuiting.
When I laugh sometimes, you know that.
Oh my God. I love when people snort when they laugh. It's the funniest thing.
You don't do that?
I don't.
Oh, I'm a snorter. Oh, my family's like, a lot of my family has a snort. Theirs is much.
I love a snort laugh. It's so good. It's so good.
You know, there's that video on like TikTok and Instagram of the people with funny laughs who get together. They were on like some news show in Europe, I think. Oh God, I got to send it to you. And it's basically like these 4 people with really, really funny laughs. And once they start going, like the other person's laugh makes the other person laugh. And it just sounds like a pig, a peacock, like all this like, it's just this cacophony of like joy and laughter that when I'm in a bad mood, I can add my Chewbacca and snort to it. Why not? Nick, sorry, we didn't forget about you. So Nick, body washes. Yes. I have 2, by the way. I'm going to go low and go high for you that I'll introduce you to. But you might have heard of this brand called Dove. I don't know. Have you heard of Dove? Dove Cool Moisture. Because I feel like if you're going body wash route, like I love the Sensitive bar, I love the original bar, but when I go the Dove body wash, which by the way, the creaminess, the lather, the non-drying, you never feel stripped or sticky or weird or dry. You feel like the right amount of moisturized. But the Cool Moisture varietal, if you will, take me away. There is something about that. I think it's associated with some outdoor showers in my life. You know what? If you want to love a body wash, bring it to an outdoor shower, use it there. And then from then on, whenever you're using it, you'll think of an outdoor shower. But it's just refreshing, but not in a zingy, too cooling, too refreshing kind of way, but still comfort. It's just so perfect. The Cool Moisture, cannot recommend enough. The other one that I like dream about still, and I'm like, you know what? I should probably buy it again. And this was a fat mascara. I think it was a Razor one from one of our listeners that got me hooked. It was. It is Bathing Culture Mind and Body Wash in Cathedral Grove. And I think she sold it on us during the pandemic with like you're going to feel like you're in Northern California, cypresses tree. It like had all the Jen buzzwords in there.
Yes, I remember this. Yeah, yeah.
Let me see. This is expensive, but let me see what this bitch talking about. And so I ordered it. I loved it so much. I love the jar so much that then the jar now holds my dish soap at my dish sink. And every time I look at the bottle, I smile. But I just noticed they have a gallon refill for the jar of the Cypress or Cathedral Grove. So I'm like, I need to buy
I like the idea of like repurposing your jar with the dish soap. I can't stand looking at that ugly Dawn bottle. Sorry, Dawn.
Well, most people have like, my mom has the fancy ones you got at Marshall's or Home Goods, but I like to see the level of soap in there. So I want it to be clear, but I want it to be fun.
No, that's a nice idea.
Yeah. Okay, so that's my shower gels for Nick. Oh, sorry. You can leave that in. It's Eric and he's in Spain and we're not going to be talking to you right now, Eric. I'm putting it on mute.
Bye, Eric.
That's
Sayonara.
Right. Now it's like the fourth wall has come down of Fat Mascara now that you know it's now it's just like let loose. What are we going to be like next episode? I have no idea.
I don't know, but please wear pants.
What? In what world wouldn't I wear pants?
I don't know.
Everybody, when you tune in next week, please wear pants.
I just don't know how loosey-goosey you're going to be.
Oh, I did talk about maybe I should get a thong for summer last week because now there's so much butt skincare. Multiple people messaged me and like, are you really going to do a thong? No, I'm not going to do a thong.
Oh, God.
What are your shower gels? Like what gives you like the most, just like, this shower's so good because of this?
Right now I'm using a Le Labo shower gel.
Oh,
that
yes.
I got as a freebie in the bergamot. Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, yeah.
But I also do have a Dove sensitive skin bar in there. So I sometimes use both.
A double cleanse?
A double cleanse, yeah.
Wait, which comes first? The body wash?
Well, I use the sensitive thing for my sensitive parts.
Oh, smart.
And then I use
for the scent and the lather experience.
Yes, exactly.
The Le Labo.
Exactly. All right, can I get to my razor wand?
Yeah. Sorry, Nick, you're done. Bye. Okay, next. Moving on.
No, conscious of time. Conscious of time. All right. Ceremonia. People love this brand. It's very buzzy. It's having a moment. I met the founder, Baba. I'm like putting this weird emphasis on her name at the Founder Made panel a couple of months ago. I know that we shouldn't talk about like people's looks because why does it matter? It feels very lookist.
Oh.
But like, I'm sorry, Baba, you are a vision. She's like over 6 feet tall.
Whatever she's having, I want
like,
it. And clearly it's her hair care line.
I know. Like her hair is so stunning. Like she's a walking advertisement for her product. She came up with a line because she wanted to create a product that celebrated Latinx culture, ingredients, but also that was great for their hair type. I feel like I have a hair type that lends itself to this line. I think, first of all, I think it's not just for that hair type. Like everyone can check out this line. But my hair gets very frizzy. It's wavier and frizzier in the summer. It's thick. The Guava leave-in conditioner is so good. First of all, it smells like there's not enough guava scented products. There's not enough guava foods. There's not enough guava.
Oh, you're a guava person.
Yeah, there's enough guava foods, but not in my area. So delicious.
Good to know for future gifts.
So delicious. Oh my God, I'm like screaming when I smell this. She has also
so
guava
juicy
hair and
guava.
body. Yeah. Oh my God. There's a hair and body mist that just sold out at Sephora. I think they've got a replan going. But the whole guava collection is like, you smack the table. It's so good. But this leave-in conditioner is really light. It's $27. I put it in my hair. I got compliments on my hair.
Oh. Damp or dry? Did you use it? How did you use it? Did you use it correctly?
Of course not. I use it.
You and hair products.
I can't. I just can't. I'm sorry.
9 years in, you still haven't learned how to read the directions on hairstyling products.
I did throw sprinkled a little water in my hair. Like I sprinkled because I was like, oh, they want it on damp hair. So I sprinkled a little water and then I just massaged the product in my hair and it made my waves come to life and it even kind of like popped the collar a little bit. That's not one of their
No,
promises.
but that's what a good product is. You weren't even using it as directed and it gave your hair life. I love a hair product like that. Like you don't have to think about it and it just.
Yeah, just buy it, try it. If you got $27 to spend on something right now for beauty, this is like, and you're a hair girl, try it. Especially right now, it's like, getting hot and sticky and
that fresh scent will like waft over your shoulders.
Yeah, it's a sensorial product. I really like it. And I like what she's doing. So check it out.
Oh, how fun and summery. I have a summery razor wand too. It's not as exciting, but I'm a gel polish girl lately.
Yes.
I like nothing else stays on my nails. I've gotten so many compliments and I was like, okay, I'm not going to raise a wand to the color, but it lasted 3 full weeks. I've never had a gel polish last this long. Chiara Sky gel polish in Light Up. It is a neon yellow. I can't get behind this butter yellow trend. I'm sorry. Who looks good in butter yellow? It's not Jen Sullivan. I'll tell you that much.
It's difficult.
But I like the yellow idea. I'm feeling that vibe. So I went with the neon yellow. And I only needed 2 coats because I think the neon polishes have that white reflective polymer in them that like makes them thicker kind of. So quicker manicure at the salon, lasted 1 week longer without any chipping than my usual gel polish. And the color was so fun and bright. And I felt like every time I was waving my hands around, I was just smiling.
Yeah, I think that a good polish will do that.
Yeah, you just like look down and you're like, oh, hey there. Hi. Look at these little digits,
It's definitely like a cheerer upper.
Pick me up.
Yeah, it's a pick me up.
So Chiara Sky Gel Polish and Light Up is my razor wand. Oh, God. Okay, so we're going to be back. It's actually going to be a special episode next week, not on our usual day. More on that on Friday, we'll explain. Oh, God. You say it. Get your beauty.
Well, get your beauty sleep.
Okay.
We're doing it. We're doing it, guys.
We hope you enjoyed the show.
It's your reviews and feedback that help us make the podcast even better. Head over to iTunes to rate and review us or email your thoughts to info@fatmascara.com.
We also want to answer your beauty questions and hear what products you love. To share a Razor Wand product review or to ask a beauty question, email us at info@fatmascara.
If you send it as a voice memo file, we can even share your voice on the podcast. You can also do that by leaving us a voice message. Our phone number in the United States is 646-481-8182.
Thanks so much for listening.